Hi, beautiful Leo. Welcome to A New Era. My name is Emma. Leo, this is your monthly read for July. I already done the June, July, August. If you want to take a look at that in the previous videos. I just want to do a deep dive into July. And we're going to start with an overall energy here for you, Leo, for the month of July. And then go deeper and deeper into this message and get a clear message for what's up for you for the month of July. Our 2023. Isn't it crazy that we're already in July? I'm still offering personal readings. If you're interested in one, please send me a message. It can be about anything, everything, whatever you want your guides to answer for you right now. Send me a message if you're interested. And Leo. Leo for the month of July, please. Starting with an overall energy. Leo, Leo, Leo. Now we got some movement. Took a while. So curious, what is that? Peace. Sorry. Peace in your life. That's beautiful. It is taking a moment to get your card out, I have to say. So I feel like for a lot of, maybe not a lot, but at least 2 or 3 signs, for 2 or 3 signs, there has been a feeling of like it has taken a moment for something to come around, for something to become clear, to manifest, to show its face. Something you've been wanting for some time has been a little bit of a challenge to see some progress in, to see some results in. So let's see when we get that message out, if we can get an underlying energy here. Yes, we get movement again. Leo, July. Face your fears. Okay. Release the power of fear. So I just feel like there's something could come to fruition like that. We have a shooting star over here, right? A shooting star that is speaking about dreams coming true, wish fulfilled, wish upon a star, all of those expressions. Like your dream is now taking form of reality. But there's something in the way, and this something deserves, if you will, your attention. It's not something like if you just wave it off, it's going to disappear and there your thing is, or there your realization of something is. This is working through the moon cycles. Like there's a lot of moons up there and I'm really drawn to them. So, and it's sometimes like double and then it's single and then it's double again. And that can represent so many things, but I'm going to stick to 2 things here. And that is, I just feel like using the moon cycles when they're really powerful. Like for July, we have the full moon in Capricorn. It's a super moon, so it's extra strong. It's extra. And when it doubles up in the energy like that, you can really use it. And the moon represents something in the hidden, like something that wants to come up to the surface. And do you see that you're blindfolded? I see that this is you, Leo. Like you're blindfolded. You're smelling the rose. Like the rose is sitting right in front of your face. But we're blindfolded. We're leaning against a horse. The horse that has so much power. So much power to move forward. You could easily smell the roses. But there is some fear here. It can even be fear of manifestation, if that makes any sense. It can be fear of lack of manifestation, and it can be fear of manifestation. So what is it that you're going towards that you might have a fear that it, like, and you might argue and say, I don't have a fear that it's going to, I want it to happen. I want this thing to happen. So why is it so slow in coming? What is it? Because I'm saying that it is slow in coming because it took such a long time to shuffle here before we had this face your fears. So I'm going to read from the book here. And it might even be, the expression that there is no fear but the fear itself. And that is the truth. Like, there is no fear but the fear itself. But there's this what if. Do you know what I mean? It's not something that actually is in your face at this very moment. Nothing's in your face for you to be afraid of. Does that make sense? It may be in the essence of you. It might be there as a thought. It might be there for you to dream about, like, what if that happens, or what if that doesn't happen? Then what? It's a fear of what if, or a what ifn't. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to read from the book. Face your fears. Everyone experiences fear in some way. To triumph over your fear, you need to understand it, and only then can you release its power over you. Fear has a subtle way of showing you the dark side of yourself, immobilizing you, stealing you from freedom and courage. Fear can also show you that something is worth fighting for. That's interesting, because I use the words, this deserves your attention. This fear deserves your attention. And here it says, fear can also show you that something is worth fighting for, and is an opportunity to build courage and a brave heart. The magic of nature and your angels will encourage you to overcome fear of things like change, loneliness, and the unknown. You can be brave to face these challenges. And the mantra for this card is, I have courage to overcome my fears. So this is what I mean with, like, okay, so a fear of things like change, loneliness, and the unknown. So a fear of change is the fear of unknown. Or maybe you know what's up ahead, but you don't really see fully what's going to happen just yet. And it's a fear like, how is that going to play out? So it's the unknown again. Like, you don't fully know how that's going to play out, but that's the thing. That's life, right? Like, it really would serve you to just sort of hang in the unknown there a little bit, and then face those fears. Like, don't push them away or hide them, but actually face them full on. Like, they deserve your attention to solve that fear, because you're going to find that underneath it, there's actually nothing to fear. Everything is working accordingly to where we're supposed to go, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'm going to clarify this and go deeper. Can we clarify the face your fears for Leo, please? Release the power of fear. Okay, we have the solitude card. Interesting. We have patience. Patience and a new beginning for the heart. Wow. And we have intuition together with financial and material changes. Interesting. Okay, a lot of interesting energy here. So face your fears, right? Face your fears is underneath it all. And then we have the solitude card. So this is a person, and I said this to someone else. Was it Aries, perhaps? Perhaps. This is a person who has become accustomed to tower moments. The tower is not just, showing up and then in passing. This is a tower that has settled in. So you're really aware of tower situations and probably have dealt with a lot of them because it has moved in. So it means that you're almost preparing yourself for the worst at all times. And I'm not saying that you're walking in this like fight or flight mode all the time, or that you are constantly in this war-like state of mind. But when things are about to change, or when things are about to like start to show its face in a new fashion, when you want something new, you want a new direction, anything, then is when it comes in. Then it's like, okay, so the core foundation here is the Tower. You know, it probably is a little bit tough. It took time to get the cards out on the table. It's a little bit tough to deal with. You know, you'll deal with it. You know, you'll handle it because you're a Tower expert. You're a Tower master at this stage. Do we really want to be Tower masters? Perhaps you do, but like, that's not something to strive for anymore. And the thing here is that, like, you're sitting in lava, you're sitting in boiling lava. It's passing, and you're even comfortable. So you're comfortable with hardship, and you're comfortable with things, having to work for things, really having to work for things. We have the wish, you know, you have the shooting star there, right? The shooting star is right there. And here it has settled in. Here it has calmed down. It's like, as much as the Tower moment is there over and over again, so is the shooting star. So there's a wish upon that star, and you know you can have the star. You know you can have the wish fulfillment. You just know it's going to be a pretty tough path to get there. And that's just not true anymore. So face your fears, release the power of fear. This is all about, so come July, this is all about releasing those, like to not be a victim under your fears anymore, to not do or not do something, say yes to an opportunity or say no to an opportunity because fear is dominant, but to rather say yes to it because you're rewriting the story now. So we have a book here that we have already written in this book. And there's a blank page asking you, inspiring you to start to write a new story so that you're not under the influence of fear anymore. Like, fear is not the driver in your life anymore. You have already, so this card is, I love the image of this card because you have the seed. We have the non-physical, which is the wish. The wish is already here, like the essence of whatever it is already here. We put the seed down and it has already turned into a flower. So the whole creation is in the palm of your hand. And I think you know this, Leo. I think you know that, like, whatever the wish is at the end of that shooting star is yours to have. It's already in the palm of your hand if you wanted to. I just think it's unfamiliar to you. I think it's unfamiliar, and I think you're rearranging the whole way of going about the creative process. Does that make sense? So perhaps in the past you knew that if something was yours to have, you would go after it, but probably it would be a really tough thing for you to do. It would cost a lot of investment, a lot of time, a lot of hardship, but it's still Leo, so you know at the end of it you'll get there. Like, the whole creation is there, and you know that. But now it's like, whatever you're afraid of, Leo, and this can be different for everyone, if you're afraid that you're gonna get to what you want and that's gonna overwhelm you, or if you're afraid that you're never gonna get to what you want and that's just so sad, both are still coming from a fearful place. And so you're changing that. You're looking that in the eye. Or if this is like a situation where you want to go after something, you want to do something in your life, and constantly you're coming up with reasons why you can't do those. That's a fear talking. I want to do this, but that's not going to be possible because, and then you might use health as your excuse, you might use money as your excuse, you might use other people as your excuse. I know this sounds a little bit tough. It sounds probably a little bit harsh. Because you might be like, well, if you walk 1,000 miles in my shoes, You might have a different viewpoint on this. Like, and I am you. I am Leo. And I am knowing what this is talking about for me. I'm going to listen back to this. I'm going to be in the receiving end of this rather than giving the message, and really paying attention to what they're saying here. There's a new beginning for the heart here. Something is turning around here for you in the month of July. Whether that's an actual tangible situation, which allows for you to finally let go of that fear, or it's just sometimes how things just, all of a sudden you just don't feel like certain things are an issue anymore. Something has just over time morphed or changed or merged into this shift. And in July, there's a new situation, a new opportunity for something to manifest. But perhaps for the first time, Leo, you're going to find that you're approaching it in a different way. It's a new beginning for the heart. So this is a new approach. This is you coming from a different angle, a different perspective, and maybe for the first time taking the easier route. You're rewriting the story on how things are going to come about. And that sometimes is a little bit frustrating when it's something you're really waiting on something, you really want something, but it was never about the thing itself. It was about how to get there, how to manifest what it is that you want. And that sometimes can take a little bit of time. That's why we need patience. And then you have the intuition together with the financial and material changes. Then it's like July brings this, you're starting to really, Leo, I know I'm exaggerating now, but you are really starting to listen to your intuition on what is right for you and what is wrong for you, and just really follow that to a T, to a fault, to a right, to a perfect. And that's going to change pretty much every single area for you. We have financial and material changes. So whatever has felt stagnant in the past, or whatever has been like, whatever you've been headed towards. And even if it's situations that you do recognize and do want more of in your life, to get there, it has always been really hard and really tough. But as you find more and more balance within yourself and trusting more and more of yourself, coming into this new way of looking at things, those challenges are going to be so much easier to overcome. And it's going to be an opportunity. It doesn't feel like that. I know that. Sometimes in the midst of the situation, it might not feel like it. But this is an opportunity to get over your fears. And if you're fear-free, like for the future, wouldn't that be worth it? Like, how beautiful is that to just get over your fear? Because if the fear is gone, if the fear doesn't have any like grip over you, if the fear doesn't have any power, you can basically be in any situation with anything or anyone, and you just won't feel fearful anymore. It changes everything as you start to listen to yourself. Some final advice here for Leo, please, for the month of July. Interesting reading. Final advice. Obviously, stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. So this is when you're coming into your own. You're just really starting to find that confidence and leading. Claim your personal power. Have confidence. Stand up for what you believe in. Leading a life without fear. Together with Ace of Gabriel, which is basically my Empress getting what she wants. And this is obviously for both men and women. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing. A sense of wonder. This is like Leo being trapped and having so many ideas, so many visions, so many dreams. And constantly thinking, that's going to be tough. That's going to be hard. That's not going to be easy to do that. It probably is approachable. It's probably doable, but it's going to be a tough one. To let go, to release that fear, to face that fear and transcend it once and for all. And to have all these same ideas and visions and dreams, but now they're becoming gifts. They're becoming your passion. They're becoming your opportunities. Because you're no longer hiding behind that fear anymore. That is freaking awesome. Okay. That's what I have for you, beautiful Leo. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.